I'm Mark Unger, producer of Roundtable. Because we find this presentation so special, we really would like for you to see this. Please watch.
Welcome to Single Shot at Manhattan Neighborhood Network Roundtable. Today we will be talking about influence on art and photography, specifically of political and social environment. And to discuss this, we invited the founder of Museum of Russian Art in Jersey City, formerly the Museum of Non-Conformist Soviet Art, if I remember correctly.
No, formerly it was Case Museum.
Case. And the
CASE, Committee for Absorption of Soviet Images. Artists who exhibited in museum when it was named non-conformism, they were still in Soviet Union. Only few artists came here, but maybe one or two or three artists came here to the United States, escaping from regime, from limitations of exhibiting their work. But the rest of artists, they brought by Glazer here, their work actually. Glazer brought their work here and exhibited their work. And under political statement, non-conformism, he exhibited work of this artist here.
So, what about your role in the museum? As I understand, you're one of those who actually made this whole place to happen, created the museum.
In some way, not only in a way that I established this museum, but I suggest Dr. Kohlberg to create a center for the arts in this building. I was the first artist actually from Soviet Union who moved to Jersey City in 1978, my opinion, what to do. And this is why I suggest to create an art center. He named this Case Museum because he had a bank downstairs, Case Bank.
Besides the practical reasons, that was working for the one of the building employee, right?
Yes, he's over this building.
Besides that, there was reasons for you, the artist, to be involved in the project of creating something like this. And,
absolutely.
Being that,
yes, of course. I created pieces which couldn't be exhibited in Soviet Union. Yes, I have pieces like this, and I have them at home. Many of these pieces actually, only because I moved to Jersey City, where I was able to exhibit these pieces. They were pretty abstract or stylized pieces.
So that was basically the situation of the modern art not being possible to exhibit in your place of origin, and in order to have this freedom of even sharing them as a public, you needed to move overseas. And
I know that was not my motivation I did not escape from impossible situation to exhibit to work over there. And I wanted to start completely new life here. That was my motivation.
The financial motivation indeed is one of those that being very restricted from the artist as well.
No, yes, correct. My motivation was not really financial exactly. I was not able to read my partner company. 4 companies which were established in Leningrad at that time, they were shut off. I will not go into details how it happened. Yes, but that was my main motivation.
As I understand, besides many other media of visual art, you also work as a photographer yourself, right?
I did photography from childhood, practically.
That I believe is one of your works right there, right?
This is not child photography.
I definitely can see that.
That was 1980, possibly. Not even written after the training. I'm the lecturer, different 1980. possibly.
Definitely before the stage of digital photography. And yeah,
Absolutely.
there's some figures with this particular piece, because instead of modifying the picture, you actually modify the person before photograph.
Right.
You can see it's very elaborate makeup there, and right now this began to be commonplace, but back then it was quite revolutionary, I think.
Yes. In photography, there are two principles generally.
Mm-hmm.
Or you manipulate with nature, or you manipulate with photography.
Indeed.
So that's what two principles. In this case, I did not manipulate with picture.
Mm-hmm.
I manipulated with object.
The environment.
Environment, exactly.
Oh, that's
Here is another piece where I manipulated. Here I manipulated technique. You see, it's not what I've seen in real life. I've seen elements of it, but it's pretty abstract piece.
Yeah, as you can see that this is very masterful composite. That's the echo composite basically produced in the Lightroom, or it's already digital production?
It was not digital.
So it's a Lightroom, the actual physical Lightroom production, right?
It's a production of, I can say, manipulation of negative.
There is a very detailed story going on there. Would you care to share with us what this story originally was meant to be?
I was teaching in New York School of Fine Arts when fire happened in one of the churches in New York. And I was teaching photography at this moment. And I said to my students, let's run and see remains of this church, or see what's happening when we came. The smoke was still coming from the place where it was fire of this church. In another room, I have more detail. You can see even church silhouette of what I photographed.
Let's try to take a look at that.
Okay.
Okay. How long will it? So, this is the exposition of your photographic works currently in the Russian Museum, right?
Yeah, no, this is only except this piece.
Except this one, yes. This is your famous one.
Continuous line technique.
Continuous drawing, yes.
Continuous line technique. Right.
Yeah, that's actually will be very interesting to compare the photography with visual art, especially something so unusual. The whole drawing is made with basically one stroke of a pen, without taking it away from a paper. I'm understanding correctly.
Of course, you cannot find the end of the line.
Photography to visual art. How do you feel about it? About photography? I see some of the works in this expedition actually take works that representing changing photography in terms of its relationship with reality. Ultimately, what camera sees is what you get as a result. But
Except those pieces.
precisely.
Partially. Because it's a collage.
Mm-hmm.
It's a negative collage.
So that's exactly what I was saying. Is the first attempt, the first step in photography, trying to modify reality instead of just accurately recording it down.
Right.
So
In photography, everything is reality, no matter what.
indeed, it's a visual art as well. It's one form of reality or another.
Right. Invention is a technique. That's invention. You cannot invent reality, you can see it differently.
That's it. And display it.
Displaying is the last part. That's displaying is a frame of presenting. It's a form of presenting.
When you're taking a picture, you're creating something you can display without taking this picture or painting this picture or carving this, the statue from the stone. This reality will only exist in your mind.
Yes, every artwork exists for display, definitely. Artists want to share what he created with the public, no matter how he created it, collage, digital photography, or just realistic photographs or travel photography. What I most have here is a travel photography. So it's expressing what you see generally, but the problem is what artist sees is not what everybody sees. relating to composition, relating to lighting, relating to subject, relating to object by itself. Many people don't see what artists see.
Absolutely. So, what did you see in those works in your travels, as I understand?
Oh, for example, what I see transparency of ears. This is what attracted my attention.
So that was the reason for clicking the shutter in this particular case, the light shooting through the
The light
ear.
shooting through the ears. Think about this photograph. It's a small element here, which not everybody maybe can notice right away. It's a shadow here of the killer.
So this is the picture from Korea.
Yes, it's a picture from Karina. Right. This
Okay, that really changes conceptually the whole perspective. I will never notice it myself, and I'm pretty sure most of the people don't. You probably should have an arrow pointed in it with explanation.
This arrow is my finger.
Yeah, that's truly remarkable how a narrative of the image is related to its aesthetical part without knowing that this is a shadow and this is a shadow of a person and a person who actually just committed the MORA.
Exactly.
This picture would have completely different look, otherwise it looks like,
Just regular photography.
Yes.
Anybody can take a shot like this. But the composition is what is interesting about that. Let's say, not talking about this manipulation of negative. That's a different story, right?
I understand this, the church he was mentioning that burned down and you went to photograph it, right?
Yes, exactly. The same day in the morning when I had photography class, somebody told me about this, that there's a fire. And I took all my students and we ran to this place and I took photographs. But later I manipulated with negative, black and white negative.
Oh, and in terms of changing the reality of a photograph,
That's right.
why did you believe it's important for that particular series to alter the reality?
I was in the state of changing reality at this moment. I didn't want to leave reality. In some cases, I wanted to leave reality. This is another interesting photograph. You can see men in the water. I took this photograph in Munich, in Germany. I was standing on a bridge where many people were trying to figure out how did I do this? Did I swim over there in the water, or what? Was I there, or I was on a boat somewhere? No, I was standing on a beach, and the guy was jumping every time and was surfing on very quick running water. Surfing, so he practically stayed in the same place. How he managed to do that, I cannot imagine. So I captured this interesting photograph for that. Another photograph is fire in Jersey City. What is interesting about that, my film was exposed partially, and this was created orange color on the top of the film.
Also, your film was pre-exposed before you...
I don't know how it happened. When I looked at that, I was amazed. It just worked perfectly well for particularly this photograph.
It's a great image. Yeah, as I understand, this is film photography.
It's right, it's a film photography and it's a Canon. Yes. It's a Canon old camera, which I purchased when I came to the United States. I paid $140 for this camera.
I do recognize the signature yellow shades on the tungsten, on the natural light.
Yeah, this is the same camera, Canon, which I repaired many times when I traveled. It was spoiled many times. And this is New Jersey, some places, this is Croatia. What was interesting to me, the place called Mušenička Draga in Croatia. What was interesting to me is arch here, and view, combination of arches. Like actually this place is very famous with different levels of steps going towards the Adriatic Sea. It's an absolutely incredibly beautiful place in Croatia. And there are many, many different touches over there.
A very strong touch of reality as well.
Here's some old light over there. It creates illusion of faith and fear. So you see, when you see reality like this, you cannot miss it. You just have to follow. I travel with my backpack and I walk everywhere, of course, with backpack. And suddenly I see a light, just one bulb, and I enter this arch, and I see double light. It's a daylight behind, further over there, and the light is bulb here. It's a huge light. This combination was very impressive to me. I took a shot. I had maybe about 2 or 3 shots of this place.
This is one incredible work.
This one.
You was mentioning before that there are some works of yours that wouldn't be possible to be displayed in Soviet Union, and you would be.
I don't have them at this moment here yet, but I have them at home. So when you
Maybe would you mind to show us that?
Yes, you can see some steps.
Let's go and take a look.
Let's go.
Okay, so we're continuing our conversation in studio of Grigori, and he was promising to show us some work that wouldn't be possible to put on exhibition in Soviet Union.
Definitely, yes. So, for example, this work called music. I made as a gift to Misha Zvanetsky. He is supposed to have, if he has this work, now we'll be able to show it.
So
This work as well.
So it actually looks very harmless, and I don't know, something I've used to see in artistically. So why something like this would be impossible to display in Soviet Union?
Because it's a dictatorship. That was taste which was not permitted.
As I understand, it's not related to the idea of workers. The ideas are basically eternal ideas of relationship of people, their emotions. It's just the stylistic choices, right?
That's correct. That's the form of expression is prohibited.
So
Innocent.
So I can't help thinking about striking similarities in what was happening with abstract and how should I say it, not a mainstream Soviet art at the time those works was created. As I understand, they from what period of time?
This is 1968.
1968. So from this period of time, with some processes that we're actually witnessing in modern photography. Basically, what I mean, in Soviet Union, on level of government, some forms of expression was restricted. And of course, we don't have official government restrictions on art in America, but what we do have is restrictions based on people's opinion. And by the way, in your experience, did general public support this approach Soviet Union official art had, or it was something that common visitor of the gallery wouldn't be?
The gallery will never will show this work. Never will try to sell.
If you would show it to an average Soviet person, would they actually consider this art? Would they look at it as something they would be interested in, or it would actually take an artist to even look at it as an art piece? How would it be?
Well, general public was educated by what was presented in the galleries and museums, naturally. So only individuals could maybe or appreciate it, or professional artists who possibly experiment and support experiments, they maybe will appreciate that. But general public, no. General public, it's I cannot say brainwashed, but educated in different style.
Well, so if we would cut to the chase, essentially, if it wasn't realistic, it wouldn't be even considered art in Soviet Union on both government and establishment level, and by general public as well, right?
No, the artist will not be considered as an artist. Artist will be considered as immature, not educated, not developed, not completed. If you want to say it that way.
Oh, really does show striking similarities with what is happening with non-realistic photography, the photography that actually strives to modify the reality. Some examples of which are actually seen in your exhibition in Russian Museum.
Russian Museum it's a different body, because different animal, because Russian Museum has also certain periods of exhibiting representational work, and then exhibiting work of Soviet artists who experimented, and it was not prohibited to exhibit them there, so they exhibited it here in the United States. United States at this time supported experimental work, and was looking actually for experimental work, and supported and wanted to see what artists in Soviet Union, what they do, advanced or not advanced, but let's say artists who wanted to experiment, want to express themselves freely, I can say it that way. That was prohibited, of course.
It's indeed interesting. And the next thing I wanted to ask you, what do you think helped a general public to make this switch from looking only at realistic work as a piece of art and start to appreciate other forms of art in Soviet Union? Because you can't just mandate it on government level. Okay, from now on, everything is art, not just realistic one. It takes a switch. It takes countering inertia of the mind and re-educating the public. So, what do you think helped in it?
Well, you see, every system has a wave going up and wave going down, and it was time for change. And intelligence and people start to protest representational arts. They wanted to see change. They want to see free expression. Actually, it's a fight for free expression. That's what I can say.
Essentially, yes.
And the more you popularize protest for free expression, the more public was joining this protest, especially young people, students, and so on. They wanted to experiment. They wanted revolution. They wanted revolution in art.
So, curiously, correct me if I understood you wrong, re-educating public opinion about art was actually assisted by a struggle of removing the restrictions imposed by the government.
Absolutely, yes. People want to have freedom.
This is what actually created the awareness. Well,
Right. Yes.
Unfortunately, in modern photography, we don't have this opportunity because there are no restrictions, it's just the public opinion that have the very specific view of it.
In the United States, it's an open space. It's not really so much restricted. It's only how public itself perceive that, how they see art. They go to museums, they go to Metropolitan Museum, they also go to Modern Art Museum, where you can see big variety of photography, graphic work, and paintings, and so on, right?
Well, yes and no, and yes, photography already went through several stages of opening new horizons and opening new doors. The very first one was actually starting to create the photo collages, which was probably the very first step of countering the pure and bare reality in photography. Right at the very beginning, during the Civil War in America, actually, the first ones was created. One of the famous Lincoln pictures is a collage of 3 images. Not a lot of people know that. But at this point of our time, I do believe we are up to see a very big and very serious change when reality will stop being so essential for photography, at least not required as it is right now, in the opinion of curators, museums, and collectors, essentially.
Well, you see, you cannot you can rely on opinion of curators, because curators represent galleries, curators represent museums, and different curators support different movement in art and photography as well. You see, when photography, music, and let's say paintings and theater, everything is supports each other, relate to each other, and make changes of each other. It's an influence on each other. And when you see changes in music, changes in architecture, then you see changes in photography as well.
Absolutely.
It's all interconnected.
I would imagine that our time for the program is running short. If you would have time to actually revisit this question and probably speak a little bit more specifically about opinions of curators influencing the art, it probably would be a thing for another program at some point.
Yes, I think so.
Because it is a very vast question,
Yes,
and
yes.
since he was single-handedly creating quite a few exhibitions in course of many years in Russian Museum, and as I understand in quite a few other places, you also know the point of view of curators, at least the approach that you need to take in order to make exhibitions successful.
I'm not really dealing with curators, not only at this moment, but generally in my life. I hardly was connected to curators, so
You was curating events yourself, and quite a
Yes,
lot of them.
exactly,
So
right,
you
exactly.
are one of these very special individuals who, in a way, determine the course of modern art at any given point, at least in America.
Exactly, yes. I go my way. Yes, I don't rely on opinion of other people. I really don't care too much about that. And I think artists should do whatever he feels or she feels to do at this moment. And that's what is important.
Well,
That's a real art, I think.
let's hope our artistic scene will be developing in this course, because this is essentially what art was initially created for and what it's really about. Thank you, Grigori, and I'm looking forward to
pleasure.
actually seeing the opening of this exhibition you was showing to us today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
24th
very
of
much.
March. So, yes.
I hope you found that worth watching as much as I did. I'm Mark Unger for Roundtable. Thanks for watching.